Hello, Algebra 2 students. This is just a quick review of long division. So we put x minus 5 on the outside here, and x squared plus 3x minus 40 on the inside. And let's see here, hold on here. Okay, and we're going to look at these first terms here. So x squared divided by x. So just think of it as we're just looking at x squared divided by x, which is going to be x, and so I'm going to keep my powers aligned. So this is the x right here. Now I'm going to go back and times x is x squared, and a negative 5 times x is a negative 5x. So then I'm going to subtract these terms, and subtraction means we're changing the signs. So then we have 3x plus 5x is 8x. And then I bring down the negative 40. So now I'm just looking here. So 8x divided by x gives me 8. So I'm going to have plus 8 here. 8 times x is 8x. 8 times a negative 5 is a negative 40. So I'm changing the signs because I'm going to subtract. These all cancel out. My remainder is 0. So my answer is x plus 8. So long division comes from dividing long numbers. So for example, let's say I have 1,258 divided by 3, for example. So 3 does not go into 1, so remember we put our little x there, or a 0 or whatever. So 3 goes into 12 4 times, so I take 4 times 3 is 12. We subtract that. That's a 0. I'm going to bring down my 5. 3 goes into 5 once. So I'm going to subtract that. I take 1 times 3, which is 3. And then I have 2 here. Then I have 8. 3 goes into 28. Then it's going to be 9 times. And now, since I'm out of numbers here, I have a remainder of 1, so I'm going to write as a fraction. So it's going to be 419 1/3. So that's how you long divide with regular numbers. That's exactly that. We're doing that same process, but now we just have polynomials. So let's do another one with g's. So I'm going to take the g minus 2 on the outside, and I have g to the 4th. Notice I go from 4 to 2 here. So I need to have a placeholder for my g to the 3rd. And I also have, I go from the second power to no power at all. So I got to put in my placeholder here just to keep my work nice and organized. So g to the 4th divided by g, again, I'm just looking at these first terms, is going to give me g to the 3rd. So I'm going to go back and times these. And then I have a negative 2. So I'm going to subtract here. And when I subtract, again, I'm changing the signs. Oops, subtracting that one. I'll erase that so you don't get confused. So I'm changing the sign, so that becomes a plus. Bring this down. So g cubed times g, or excuse me, how many times does 2g cubed divided by g, what will that give me? That'll be 2g squared. And when I times that out, 2g squared times g is 2g cubed. 2g squared times a negative 2 is a negative 4g squared. So I'm subtracting here, so I'm going to change the signs. So now I'm looking at this term here, g squared. So g squared divided by g will give me g. G times g is g squared. G times negative 2 is a negative 2g. Again, we're subtracting, so that means changing the signs. Drop down my negative 18. And again, we're just dropping down one term at a time. So 2g, we're right here, 2g divided by g gives me 2. So 2 times g is 2g. And 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. So we're going to subtract these. So 18 plus 4 would be a negative 14. And we're at the end of our line here, so that's going to be our remainder. We put our remainder over what we're dividing by. So you could write it as minus 14 over g minus 2. And you could also write it as plus a negative 14 over g minus 2. That's fine with me. All right. And I think that's it. That's all I have. Yep. Because you guys already did that. So hopefully that helps you out. And let me know if you have any questions over long division. We'll see you later.